Okay, in this video I'm going to show you how to use IVRs, which is an amazing feature that we've got here. IVR stands for Interactive Voice Response, and it's basically those phone menus that you've encountered when you dial a business and you hear a recording say press 1 for this, press 2 for that, press 3 for something else. And then the user on the call can press any button on their keypad and then hear a subsequent nested menu. That's what an IVR is, and it's really powerful. You can do all sorts of stuff with it, and you access it over here in the left-hand navigation under IVR. Not surprisingly, right now this account has no IVRs, so we're going to create one together by pressing the Create an IVR. We're going to give our IVR name in this first step, so I click on Initiate the first step. This is the very top of the menu when the user first encounters this. So I'm going to call it Test or Demo IVR, Training Demo IVR. Here is a test of the IVR. Features. For input type, we're going to select numeric input. That's so that the user can press the keypad on their phone, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the next step you want is to choose a type of audio. Now if I'd already recorded my audio and had a like a WAV file saved on my desktop, I could just choose the file this way. But you can also use the software to record it right here in line. So I've got my planned out IVR choices in front of me. I'm going to read here. Hi, thanks for calling us. To hear a list of our departments, press 1. To be connected to a live sales agent, press 2. To hear our mailing address and hours of operation, please press 3. To send an SMS to our support team, press 4. Or to remove your name from our list, press 5. Thanks. Okay, so that audio has been recorded here, and this is what people will hear on the very first top level of the menu. I'll press Done, and you'll see that now that appears as the top level. The next thing we need to do is actually add those options that come underneath. So option number 1, you can see input number 1, that's if the user presses 1 at that first menu. And in my example, item number 1 was to hear a list of departments, which is basically my way of showing you how to nest a second menu of choices within the first menu. So just like before, we're going to record an audio here in the software, and I'm going to say, for our sales department, press 1. For our customer support department, press 2. And there's that audio, and I'm going to say done for the time being. I'm going to say nothing. You do have to choose an input type, so when the user presses 1 or 2 at this menu, what are we going to do next? And just for the purposes of this demo, those are going to be dead ends, so I'm going to hit done. And now you can see that our demo IVR has got input number 1 all set. Next, I guess, well, let's go back in and edit it to show you how that works. You can always hit the edit, or I'll show you both. I'll show you how to delete. You probably can judge, you can probably guess what that does. I'll redo it now. To be connected with our sales department, press 1, and to be connected with our customer support department, press 2. So I've just re-recorded that, and now I'm going to select the input type as numeric options and press done. And now you can see that this menu option has got its own input, so I could press this and continue to build out the tree here. But I'm actually going to back up and take on my first level menu again to continue my example. In our example, option 2 was to be connected with a live sales agent. So let's click that. Input number is going to be 2. Just like before, you want to give some audio so that the user hears what's going to happen next. Okay, I'll connect you right away with someone in our sales department. So that's what they'll hear when they press number 2. And now we have to tell the software who it is we want to be connected to. So I'll select as an input type to forward this call to somebody. So let's say my sales department is phone number is 123-456-7890. You want to input this is the phone number that the caller will now be forwarded to, the IVR outbound number. Your sales team, your your customer support agent, whoever it is that you're trying to connect your lead to. The next feature, Call Whisper, is terrific. This allows you to add some context to that call so that when your sales agent is connected with the lead, they know what the heck's going on here. So I'll say, I'll record an audio right here with the software. Hey, you've got a new incoming phone call from our sales desk. So now your agent, your sales agent, when they receive this call, is going to know, oh, okay, that's what's going on. They'll hear that quick. They'll hear this. Hey, you've got a new incoming phone call from our sales desk. And then they'll actually be connected with that person. Additionally, I like to do this. If you put in text, you can say something like, the lead's name is, and then any of these keywords, which are kind of like merge fields that we pull from the contact in the list. So if somebody on our list, if Mark Twainbot was the contact, and they were listening to this IVR, and they chose option number 2 because they wanted to be connected with our sales team, what the software would do was then it would make a phone call to our sales team, and that sales agent, when they pick up their phone, which again, if you remember, was at area code 123-456-7890, when that salesperson picks up their phone, they're going to hear this audio recording of me telling them that they've got an incoming lead, and then they would hear the software pronounce, kind of like a Siri or an Alexa, the voice to text. It would say the lead's name is, and it would insert the first and last name, Mark, Twainbot, whatever the contact fields are, and you can even see that your custom fields appear in this keyword list. Done. So that's what a whisper feature is for making an outbound call. All right, our next option from our top tree, if you remember, was to hear our address and hours of operation. This one is very simple. It's kind of just a dead end, but it's a pre-recorded audio they're going to hear. Our mailing address is 1234 Main Street, and our hours of operation are Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern. Please feel free to not visit because this is all fake. Okay, so there's the audio that they will hear if they choose that option, and I'm going to select this dead end because that's the end of that particular branch, and click Done. So there's our option number 3. The next one in our main menu, option number 4, if you remember, was to send an SMS to our support team. So again, as always, I'm going to record an audio bit for the user to hear. All right, great. We will send a priority SMS message to our sales team and let them know that you need to speak to someone. And now you choose this option here for SMS. This is where you actually enter in the text message that you want to have sent to your agent. So a caller wishes to connect with you. And again, you're going to put your sales agent's number here, 123-456-7890. And so when the user Mark presses option number 4, when they press option number 4, they'll hear this introductory audio, and then this SMS content will be sent to my sales agent. A caller wishes to connect with you, and this is the sales agent's phone number. You can also optionally send an SMS to the caller. So this is kind of like a receipt or a verification. Okay, our sales team was sent an SMS and will be in touch shortly. And since I'm setting expectations and letting them know that they'll be in touch, I'm going to say to my agent, via SMS, because that's how they chose to, the channel they chose to connect. All right, I'm going to press done. And so now our option 4 is ready to go. It stacked beneath here. You can see it in the menu tree. I can move it around if I wanted to on this visual displayer if I had lots of horizontal space on my screen, but I don't, so I'm just going to keep it there. Alright, now option number, what are we on? 5 was to be removed from our list. So let's record the audio for that. Okay, no problem. We'll remove your number from our list. Thanks again. This is always a good one to have, just so that you're not angering anybody. And you also, at this point, want to choose nothing, because if they want to be removed from your list, that's pretty much the last option they'll want. And here you'll see this has appeared on the others as well, but this is the first time I'm showing what Fire Actions allows you to do. You can, when they press this button, number 5, take any of a number of actions. And in this case, what I'm going to do is delete. So when they press number 5, they're going to hear that audio, that 4 seconds of audio we just recorded, and their contact is going to be deleted from my list. Alternatively, you could move their contact if you had another list set up. For instance, if you had a list here called the Do Not Contact list, you could do that. That way you're saving their contact information in your database, but your sales team knows that this is somebody that we're not going to contact in the future. So that's probably best practice, but just for the sake of this demo, I'm just going to leave it at delete. Other options you can see here is, copy the contact into a different list. You could initiate a ringless voicemail, add the user to a campaign. You'll learn about that in another video, or initiate a zap so that you could take a number of other Zapier automations. But for this demo, we're going to use delete. I'm going to hit done. Now our IVR looks complete, I guess with the exception of this first menu option, which we'll build out the second level of responses on that now. If I recall, option number 1, or 1-1 if you want to use that nomenclature, so it's menu 1 and then submenu 1 would be the sales department. Okay, I will connect you to our sales department now. And the very same choices are available to us if I want to, connect to a live person, if I want to have another nested menu, if I want to leave a recording or send an SMS. I'm just going to end it with a dead end here. And what was number 2? I think number 2 was the customer support. So number 2 on this menu is, all right, great, I'll connect you with customer support. And then you'd choose forward the call, etc. But for the purpose of this demo, I'll just do a dead end. And now you can see the full IVR, which starts at the top with menu number 1, a 25-second piece of audio explaining what the 5 options they can press are. They press option number 1, where they're given a nested menu with 2 more options. Or from the main menu, had they chosen number 2, we will connect them to a live agent. Option number 3 was just a piece of audio. They wanted to hear our hours of operation and address. I left that. 4 was to, if they chose, they wanted to initiate an SMS conversation with our sales team. So if they press number 4, we will send an SMS to our agent and also send an SMS receipt to the caller. And number 5 was if they wanted to be deleted from our list. So no action no IVR option was chosen, but an action was chosen, and that was to delete the contact from our list. So there you have it, an IVR. And now if you look in the IVR tab, you will see the demo training IVR that we just created, and I could create additional ones to my heart's content. I could show and edit this one if we wanted to go back in there, and you'll often call a phone number and they'll say our menu and options have recently changed, so please pay close attention. This is what they mean. It means that someone's gone in and changed this recently. Alright, that's an IVR. The way you can use it now, I'll go to my list, my training demo list, and if I wanted to call all the people in this list, I could check all of them, and as an option I could choose make a phone call to all of them, and I want to select an IVR, and from the list of IVRs, I've only got one at the moment. I could select this training demo IVR. I could select the outgoing phone number that I'm going to be calling from. Again, I've only got one configured with the software. I could schedule it for later or send it right now, and you always want to select that you have permission for compliance purposes. And when I hit call, the software would go down the list, it would call each one of these people, and it would present them that recording of my IVR. Press 1 for this, 2 for that, 3 for this, etc. Likewise, if I didn't want to send it to everybody all at once, but I just wanted to do a single contact, I could press on mark and either schedule a campaign that includes my IVR or call mark straight away and make that IVR. So that's IVRs, interactive voice response, and how to use them.